Stock splits have become a fairly common practice in the market today. It seems like every big company wants a stock split. It seems that a lot of people don't really know what a stock split does. Stock split's purely a cosmetic thing to help boost or drop the price of a company. So what is a stock split? What does it mean for your portfolio? Let's go over it today and take out the trusty whiteboard. So there are two types of stock splits: a reverse stock split and a forward stock split. The most common is the forward stock split. All the forward stock split does is the company gives you more shares for each share you own, and it drops the price of the stock because now there are more shares available in the open market. So the stock price drops to a not a predetermined level, but a level based upon the split. Whereas a reverse stock split, the company takes away shares for each share you own, and that way the price goes up. This is really not a common practice. A lot of penny stock companies do it, a lot of sketchy companies do it. So it's not something you're going to see every day, but no, it's they're taking their shares back. They're going to drive the price up because now there's less shares on the open market. And like I said, a lot of sketchy companies do it. Reverse stock splits generally aren't very popularly used and generally not something that you should want to see. So what is an example of each of these? Well, for a forward stock split, let's say you own 25 shares of, since they just reported this, an Apple stock. They had their stock split a couple weeks ago. You own 25 shares of Apple. They issue a 4-for-1 stock split. So what does this mean? For every one share of Apple that you own, you will receive 4 additional shares. So you now own 100 shares after the stock split. Oh my God, that means I made, more money because now I have more shares? No. You get proportional ownership back. So basically, what you owned of the company at 25 shares, you now own of the company at 100 shares. The price adjusts down, yes, but that doesn't mean you suffered a loss. The stock is just adjusting for the split, and you will still own the same amount of the company. You will still have the same profit or loss that you had when you own the 25 shares adjusted for the split. Now, a reverse stock split, you own 1,000 shares of a company. They issue a 1-for-2 reverse split. You now have to give back 2 shares for every 1 share you own. They will take back 2 shares for every 1 share you own, and you now own 500 shares after the stock splits, and the price will shoot up, but that does not mean you make money. That means that it's just adjusting for the split, and you still hold the same profit or loss that you held before, and you also still own the same proportional share of the company that you owned when you owned 1,000 shares, now that you own 500. Now, when a company does this, Parker, is it good? Is it bad? Neither, really. It's purely cosmetic. A lot of the bigger companies nowadays have been doing it to make their stocks more affordable. Apple did it when it was priced at 400. Tesla did it when it was priced at almost 2,000 for one reason and one reason only. So that people like you or me, young adults, young investors, could buy more shares of the stock. That was really all it was for. It doesn't do anything for them. It just makes it easier, or in the case of a reverse stock split, I guess harder to get more investors. The reverse stock split is kind of sketchy, like I said. A lot of companies do it to drive up their stock price to make it seem like they're a more legitimate company when they're really not. Whereas the forward stock split is a lot of legitimate companies trying to drive the share price down using a split so they can get more investors. People will see it's cheaper. They're like, oh my God, Apple at 100, of course I'm going to buy it. They think that the company has a huge amount of runway. So at the end of the day, it's a purely cosmetic effect. It doesn't affect you. It doesn't disaffect you. It's not a positive. It's not a negative. It's just something the company uses really to drive up sentiment about it. Either positive sentiment. They don't want negative sentiment. So when a penny stock does a reverse split and the stock price shoots up, people see this, XYZ corporation at $50 a share, they think, yeah, the company's got to be legitimate. It's worth $50 a share. I'm gonna take a stab at it. Or in Apple's case, when they split 4-for-1, everyone sees Apple at 100. What? It was just at 400 a month ago. It has to go up from here, and that's when they invest in it. So at the end of the day, yes, stock splits are cool. They're fun. They give you more shares. Don't buy a stock purely based off a stock split. Do your research. Make sure it's a good company first. But like I said, cool, fun effect. Get more shares, get less shares, see the stock price go up or down really fast, but doesn't do anything for your portfolio and doesn't do anything for the company. Thanks you guys for watching so much. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and like this video, and also hit the notification bell. That way you know when more videos are coming up. And if you haven't already, please check out my podcast, The Trending Ticker. The link will be down in the description. There is a daily news podcast based solely on the stock market. Every day we go over new market stories and how the market reacted to anything that went on during the day. And then, of course, on Sundays on that same podcast, we have our great Sunday sit-down conversations. I've had former NFL tight end turned real estate investor Hakeem Valls on the pod. And just this week, we're posting our conversation with award-winning trial attorney and best-selling author Heather Hansen. So if you get the chance, please check that out. And thank you guys so much for watching these videos. See you next time.